What's up, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Arcadia. I'm very excited to go through this album. I only recently sort of understood that Duran Duran split into two side projects, though a number of you commented that the general idea was that they were going to reform. It was just they both wanted to explore some different side sonic territories. So yeah, I did want to mention I am going to get Power Station. I don't have it yet. But ultimately, within the next couple weeks, I got to be careful about how much music I'm buying. I've been buying a little more lately, which is cool. But yeah, I just got to sort of pace myself. So my plan is to get the Power Station album, but just might be a couple weeks from now. In the meantime, I'm going to keep doing Duran Duran, keep going through this album, Arcadia, or by Arcadia. So yeah, the next tune is called Keep Me in the Dark, which I'm very fascinated by the title. It suggests the sort of ignorance is bliss concept. It does speak to, and don't be mad either fan base please, but I'm going to compare it to a Depeche Mode song, Policy of Truth. I did a reaction to that, check it out if you're interested, but in that song it gets at the idea that there are certain truths that you can tell them if you try to do the right thing and you want to do right by someone else that you have a shared trust and a bond with, in an intimate, emotional relationship. But there are certain things that won't change much practically, but if you tell them, psychologically they could be insidious, pernicious. They can just burrow into the brain and fester, and you'll never be able to go back to a point where you didn't know that information before, even if, in a certain sense, you'd rather had just not know. So that might not have nothing to do with this, but it does make me think of that concept, keep me in the dark. Like, you know what? I don't even want to know. Just, whatever it is, sort it out. I don't want to hear about it, because if I do hear about it, it's going to bother me and I'm not going to be able to get past it. So that's the sort of concept that comes up when I see the title. But once again, when I do these reactions to songs I haven't heard before, my sort of semantic speculation beforehand might be completely irrelevant to the actual meaning of the song, and often is. So, but I do like to start thinking about themes. The more that I do this, the more I react to music I haven't heard before. It just helps to get my brain, working and begin to think about possible ways that these ideas can manifest. So anyway, let's get straight to it. This is Arcadia, Keep Me in the Dark, on their 1985 album, So Red the Rose. Oh yeah. Suspenseful opening, the pulse of the drum and the sort of melodic but subtle guitar work. Again, either fan base, don't be upset by this comparison, but that guitar line, it almost has a bit of the Police kind of sound to it. So I'm picking up on a different flavor of the lyrics now. Take me to the shadowy places, take me where not everyone can see. Sort of like a siren song, hypnotizing chorus, which sort of speaks to the mentality that I'm perhaps getting a sense of. Just, do with me what you will. And that is the truth I'm tasting, watching you dictate. Watching you dictate. I maintain he really is singing in a bit of a different idiom than the two songs I've heard from this album so far. I love it. By the way, the bass is popping. I wouldn't let you keep me in the dark. Still trying to figure out the psychology of play here. Oh yeah. Kind of taking turns stabbing the same rhythm. Kind of like an orchestra when like a theme will go through the different sections, but that was like a bit more rapid and alternation. There, a little touch there. Oh, I love that vocal extension. That was great. Little touches. I know a number of people mentioned there's a lot of guest stars on this, like Sting and Grace Jones, which we already heard in the first track. Yeah, do let me know if there's some guest appearances of note there. I did look on Discogs when I first put it up, but I didn't, sort of study the album extensively yet. And ultimately, it's sort of fun learning from you people. Like, I do enjoy going through an album's booklet and liner notes after I've heard it all, but I mentioned it before, lyrically, I do try to hear the words in conjunction with the music the first few times through, because as I keep saying, like with a text message on the page, it's different than the sort of full experience of hearing someone talk and seeing their body like movements and sort of their body language, like as it relates to the other person they're talking to. There's a number of factors that go into the spoken word that are not necessarily apparent just written on the page. So as I said, I do try to experience lyrics the first few times through without necessarily like looking too explicitly and sort of seeing the words apart from their sonic context. So again, number one, that's part of it, and number two, I've just enjoyed learning from you all, because even though I will try to check things that I even after a few listens can't quite pick up, maybe there's a line that I'm just not hearing, so I'm not sure what the word is. But it's enjoyable just learning from all of you, and then ultimately what happens is someone will comment in an answer to a sort of speculation or a query that I have while I'm doing one of these videos, and then another person will comment, wow, I only knew part of that before, so that's cool. And I just really enjoy the sort of informational cross-pollination that's going on among Duran fans and side project of Duran fans. So big ups to all of you, appreciate you all. Do let me know anything worthy of mentioning lyrically, sonically, behind the scenes, context, etc. I'd love to hear it. Other than that, thank you for listening and watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.